Hi everyone. Today we will discuss the derivative of sine. If y equals sine of x, then derivative of y or y prime is cosine of x. Let me briefly explain the relation between these two graphs. This is the sine of x and this is the cosine of x. Since the derivative is the slope of the tangent line, for example, at 0, the tangent line will be here, and slope is 1. And this 1 can be found by the y coordinate of the cosine. This is 1, right? And one more. At here, slope is 0. And this slope 0 can be found by reading y coordinate of this point. Okay? Good. So today, this small lecture, we will discuss why we have this relation. The derivative of sine is cosine. We will use the definition of the derivative. Remember that when you have a y equals not prime f over x, then y prime will be limit h approaches 0 f over x plus h minus f over x over h. And I use this definition for sine here. Now, to modify the equation here, for this part, I will use sum and difference identity. Remember that? So, how can we write y prime is a limit h approaches 0. Now sine x plus h, you can use this concept, right? So sine x cosine h plus cosine x sine h, right? And you have a sine over x and you have h here. In this equation, please note that the first term and the last term has the common factor sine over x. So you can combine the first and the third term together. But first, you can factor out sine over x. Is it possible? Then you have a cosine over h minus 1 over h. Now, second one, simply copy this one, right? Cosine over x times sine over h over h. Now, at this point, I hope you remember the two very famous limit. When h approaches 0, remember that this approaches 0 and this approaches 1. Okay, so you have only limit h approaches 0. For the first part, you have a 0. For the second part, you have a cosine over x. Wow, you have just a cosine over x, right? So y prime equals cosine of x. Good? Okay, we will discuss exactly the same result with a different formula. In here, think these two things as a group, sine minus another sine. So I will use 1 over this, the sum to product identity. Okay, now y prime equals limit h approaches 0 please compare these two things. Twice cosine. Here, when you have a and b, this is the sum of two angles, then divide by 2. In this case, this is your first angle, this is your second angle. So I will do some mental math. Add, which is 2x plus h, then divide by 2. Then you have x plus h over 2. Next one, sine. Here, a minus b over 2. So x plus h minus x, you have only h left. So h over 2, right? And h here. Okay, here, if you have h over 2 in your denominator, the sine of h over 2 over h over 2 will be the approach is 1, right? Good. But just divide by 2 is not allowed. You can multiply by 2 to cancel out that effect. Now, when h approaches 0, we know that this approaches 1. And these two things also cancel out. So you have only limit h approaches 0. You have a cosine x plus h over 2. When h approaches 0, yes, this approaches 0. So you have only cosine over x. Okay? So let me briefly summarize one more time. If you have a sine y equals sine of x, then y prime will be cosine of x. Okay? Okay, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.